my name is KeziaMarie and I am your goal success coach. My mission is to empower you to slay your big, impossible looking goals and to manifest your dreams through motivation, strategy, and accountability. I am also the author of Empower You, Mindset Transformation, a daily devotional for the mind, and I am an inspirational spoken word poet. So I am super excited about today's video. Today we are talking about things that we can do to empower ourselves with self-love so that we can boost our self-esteem and confidence to go after our dreams and pursue our life purpose. Super excited about today's video. Today we are talking about things that we can do to empower ourselves with self-love so that we can boost our self-esteem and pursue our purpose with confidence. So I wanted to start off by sharing a little bit about my story, and that will give you some insight on why I'm even qualified to even talk about this particular topic or anything that has to do with personal growth and personal development. So a little bit about me. I grew up the shy, quiet girl who never talked and therefore did not have many friends. Um, this was since kindergarten all the way through high school. And being that girl, that came with a lot of self-doubt, a lot of insecurity, low self-esteem, lack of confidence. Um, and as I got through even it started in middle school, but largely um, through junior high and high school, I compared, and even in college, I spent a lot of time constantly comparing myself to other girls, and then as I got older, other women. And when you don't believe in yourself, um, that means that you have a lot of limiting beliefs and just a lack of belief and confidence in yourself and your ability. That is a limitation, and that holds you back from being able to pursue um, your purpose. And so um, it wasn't until high school where I really started to come out of my shell, and even more specifically, junior year of high school, when I really began to come into my own. And that's because God He began to show me my my purpose, and not just my purpose, but things that um, I am passionate about, and things that I'm um, just what my gifts and my talents and what my passion is in life. And so discovering that helped me um, shift my focus from other women, shift my focus from what other people are going to think about me. Um, and when you shift, and that's a huge reason why I wrote the book Empower You, Mindset Transformation, because that is that changed the trajectory of my entire life when my mindset began to shift. And shifting your mindset begins with shifting your focus. I began to discover who I am, and not only who I am, but who God has created me to be. And when I right and a part of recognizing and discovering who God has created me to be, I was focusing more on my gifts and my talents, and occupying myself in that. And around my junior year of high school, what I discovered was my love and gift for not just writing. Writing is something I had done since I'd always been doing it, but it's just something I did, wrote poetry, stories, and all that. But and I would pretend to write my little books. I'd get, the papers, and I horrible at drawing, but I would still just illustrate, and I'd get a stapler and staple the pages together. And then I had my little books, and then not knowing that I was going to grow older and have already three published books of, like for real, for real. And so I had always had like that gift for writing, but I discovered my love and my passion for spoken word poetry, and so that became my outlet. That became what I use to express myself, all the hurt, all the pain, all the loneliness, rejection from self-comparison and from just being alone, not, having a circle, of friends, and just everything from heartbreak. I wrote about everything, but being able to stand on stage and express yourself through an art form, that was just, um, it was just so freeing. And so, and and that really is what was a gateway to me coming out of my shell, was me discovering my passion and finding purpose in that passion. Because I like to say I'm not just a poet, but I want to be known as an inspirational poet. And I don't, not that I want other people to look at me and say, oh, she's an inspirational poet, but no, because the mission behind when I sit down to write, um, I want it to be, if I'm writing from like a personal experience or something that I witnessed of someone else, I don't want to just share the story, but I want to make sure that I empower and inspire, motivate someone else, from my personal experience or whatever story I am sharing through the art of spoken word. And so finding that, and that had a lot to do with shifting my focus from myself, and more so on how can I take what I've gone through, using this gift that I've discovered, a gift and a passion for spoken word, just like a love of that art form, and being able to share it with other people, made it less about myself and more about other people. And so that's one, that's self-empowerment right there, being able to shift your focus from yourself and see how you can use what you've gone through to help someone, to impact someone else in a positive way. And so, um, that was the beginning for me of, you know, one, stepping outside of my comfort zone, but real coming to discover that, hey, I love standing on stages and performing spoken word. I love being around people. While I do need and cherish my alone time, um, I do even more so enjoy, being around other people. And so, I just began to learn about who I really am. And I spent so much time, when you are shy, when you don't have a lot of friends, you come off as socially awkward, or sometimes, as I can't think of the word, but you can come off as like not approachable. And just I spent a lot of time just like almost defining myself by the labels that other people define me by, but they didn't really know me, or you know what I mean, like really know me. They just recognize, certain things, like, oh, she's really quiet, oh, she must like to be alone or not want, just. And I spent so much time like operating under those labels that I limited myself from going what I could go after or what I was willing to go after. It's almost like I'd write myself off from different opportunities just because I was operating under a mindset that was attached to labels that other people put on me. I knew that God had given me, um, big, um, big goals and big dreams that meant I can't operate under who I used to be, under the labels that, yeah, I used to be shy. Absolutely. Um, and nothing is wrong with being shy even to this day, or being, any of the other labels. And nothing is wrong with that. If you're socially awkward, you're socially awkward, um, but it, for me, it was a limiting belief, um, meaning that it was something that was stopping me. It's no one else to blame. It was just me still operating that, um, under that label. It was just a negative for me. For some people, it's a positive. It's not. They don't. And it is. But it just depends. Who you are and what that means to you. It doesn't matter what other people label you or call you, or it shouldn't. But it's, how do you see yourself? And so I had to shift my focus from those things and focus on the things that, um, that how does God see me? I know that He gave me like the passion. He gave me the gift, and the desire to want to write, to want to perform spoken word, to want to do whatever, the other goals and dreams that I have. Um, and so I know that so what it is I began to realize that I have what it takes on the inside to do just that, to manifest those dreams, to pursue those goals. It's going to surprise some people, because they're used to me being one way. It might surprise some people, but I can't I can't hold back because of what people, and certain people that are, especially that are close to you, might always see you the way that you used to be. It might not be shyness, it might not be socially awkward, or it might be something else for you. But as you begin to step and walk in your purpose, people, as you begin to start that business, write that book, start that podcast, or whatever your dream or goal is, the people, certain individuals that knew you back when might not, and they might still recognize or see you as who you used to be, and that's okay. You have to learn to accept that and know that that's just part of the game. You got to tap into who you are, who you've been created and called to be, who you are now. You can't stay stuck in the past because of whatever. Um so that is really was the beginning of my mindset transformation. And so I share that because to do what I do now, even to just having enough confidence to record a video and post it and not care so much of what, someone else is going to think, and not being so hard on myself, that takes a level of confidence. You've got to have some self-esteem. And even if you don't necessarily feel it all the time, you still got to kind of walk it out. And so that brings me into what kind of things can we do to empower ourselves, and so that we can boost our self-esteem and have the confidence to pursue our life purpose, to go after those big and sometimes impossible looking dreams. So one thing is that we can empower ourselves with self-love. Now, there's many things that we can do, but today's video, I'm just gonna focus or talk specifically about empowering yourself through self-love. You gotta love yourself. You gotta believe in yourself. Forget, so and so doesn't believe in me, so and so doesn't think I can do it, or that I have what it takes. No, before you even get started, honestly, you gotta believe in yourself. Don't expect other people to believe in you and in your God-given ability to do such and such if you don't believe in yourself first. I had to believe in myself first. I had to know that I can stand on that stage and I can recite that poem. And some people that are used to the shy, quiet girl who doesn't talk are going to be surprised, and that's okay. But I know that I have what it takes. I know that I have what it takes. You have to believe in yourself first. So what did I do to get to that place? One thing I did is I began to look myself in the mirror and speak positive affirmations. Remember, we're talking about empowering ourselves with self-love. So before I even go there, I want to just say that I had to look in the Bible and see, hey, what does God say about me? Who has He created me to be? He created me. He gave me the dream, the purpose, the big goal for a reason. So what does He say about me? Not what I think about myself, not what someone else thinks of me. What does He have to say about me? And then I remind myself of that anytime someone else, says something that, puts me back into that, that triggers me and puts me back into the mindset of who I used to be. I have to remind myself, who has God created me to be? He says that I'm more than enough. He says that I'm worthy. He says that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Um, and I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So, you know, I have to remind myself of that. And then that brings me to where I was going before. I would literally go stand, look myself in the mirror. Because one thing that I struggled with for a long time was just just I had a lot of self-hatred. I did not like the way I looked. I had really low self-esteem. So just being able to look in the mirror, like really make eye contact with myself in the mirror, not for just like a quick second or a glance. No, like really look myself in the mirror where it's just me, myself, and I. And then I would begin to quote positive affirmations. You, as simple as, you are beautiful. Girl, you are amazing. You are talented. You are unique. You are somebody. Like literally things like that. Just nothing too deep. Just I began to speak those things. Even though I wasn't believing it at that time, even though I didn't feel it at that time, I began to speak those things. You have to speak life over yourself. So that is one way to empower yourself with self love. Listen, I know you've got big goals and I know you've got big dreams, and I am here to empower you. I am here to support and encourage you. I want you to, but sometimes there are limiting beliefs that some are rooted from when we were children. You know, there are things that our parents might have told us, or our teachers might have told us, or maybe you were bullied, or just whatever. Maybe you're something your ex told you. I don't know, but there are things that you told yourself. And sometimes we adapt. We adopt the belief. We adapt to operating under, or we adopt the beliefs of other people that they have about us. And you know, we're constantly growing and changing and evolving. So it's okay to admit that you're not who you used to be. And and I'm sure that you have grown and evolved in a positive way. And so, and not everyone's going to recognize that, but you have to have a level of self awareness to recognize that you may not be where you want to be, but you're not who you used to be and you're not where you used to be. So you can't operate under that same mindset. And a lot of times we're so used to and then individuals around us that we've known for years, they're used to us just being us. It doesn't mean that things about us can change as we grow and evolve. It doesn't mean that our personality necessarily changes, or our physical appearance. So we're comfortable and they're comfortable, but you have to have a certain level of self-awareness to recognize that, hey, I can't operate under the mindset of who I used to be, because where I'm going is going to take another level, um, just a positive success, growth mindset. And that is a whole nother series of videos for another day. But again, there are things that we can do to shift, to transform our mindset so that we can operate um, with with confidence and positive self-esteem. And so um, another thing that you can do that goes hand in hand with speaking those affirmations, speaking life over yourself, is I highly encourage you to keep a journal. So every year I I start with a new journal, and some years I revise this. But what I do is I have like 10 or 15 different affirmations that I write out. every single day. And I put a date to hold myself accountable. Um, and I write out my affirmations every single day. Not only do I write them, but when I can, I speak them out loud. And so one that I write is, I walk in confidence daily. I have some affirmations that reflect my personal goals. Like, I always put God first. The first line that I have is, I am so happy and grateful now that, and then I start off with my affirmations. I am so happy and grateful now that I have a healthy life balance. I am at peace. I am whole. Another one that I added, this one I actually added this year. I am so happy and grateful now that I am financially free. I have more than enough. Um, so just write out affirmations that reflect your goals and that reflect that are like self-empowerment statements, basically. You can write out your personal life mission statement, but I just encourage you to keep a journal. If you want to do it on your phone in your notepad, do that. If you want to just set aside 5 minutes a day to just list them off, if you have them in your, I have mine memorized by now, but if you want to do that, um, but I just encourage you to create some form of where you are applying affirmations to your life, incorporating affirmations into your life every single day. Because listen, that's what I did. That's one thing that really helped boost my self-esteem is in my confidence, and helped me to shift my mindset from focusing on the the limiting beliefs to adopt um, positive beliefs about myself and about my future and about my goals. Was the habit of writing them out and speaking them with authority, with conviction every single day. Put some energy behind it, um, because you know we were created by the Creator, and He has given us creative ability. You have a hand. Yes, He holds your future in the palm of His hands. Yes, He created you. Yes, He knows the beginning from the end. But we were created in His image, so we are creators as well. We play a significant part in creating our future. So take back your power, and begin to speak life over yourself, speak life over your future, speak life into your future. And the way to start is with positive affirmations. All right. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. There's a lot of other things, but for the sake of keeping this video, not making this video any longer than it needs to be today, I just want to thank you again for taking the time to watch this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, become an official member of the Set Goals and Slay family, and I will see you guys in the next video.